there, this is Seneca Waugh with your Clear Next Step, and I am so thrilled right now to have the opportunity to introduce you to Gary Walljasper. And Gary is going to share more information with us. He and I get to have a conversation here about the program that is coming up here this fall with Gary. It's called Building Your Leadership Effectiveness. Gary, thanks so much for being with us today.
You bet. Thanks for having me, Seneca.
Final session. So as we wrap it all up, participants have been through 5 other sessions, and then they get to the last session with you on developing people. What can they expect out of that module?
I joke a little bit with participants that with this module, I get a lot of deer in the headlights. And the reason I say that is because when we think about development, people development, there are two leadership approaches. There's an intentional leadership approach. There's an event-based leadership approach when it comes to development and developing others. And so we talk about what does it mean to be intentional, similar to what does it mean to be intentional in performance management, and take a look at it as a strategic planning initiative, and parallel that in 2 ways. One being how do you hold great development discussions with your employees on their development, and how do you prepare for and hold great development discussions when it's your development and you're talking to your leader, and how do you do that throughout the year? And what I talk about is a way in which you can do this and be incredibly effective in just a fraction of the time. In fact, what I share with folks is that if you spent 2 to 3% of your time focused on this area, you can have exponential benefits to development. In the beginning, people don't believe me. In the end, they do, and we give them a process to use in which they can incorporate that into their whole approach.
Outstanding. Thank you, Gary.
You bet. Thanks, Seneca.